Hello and welcome to this demo on working with personal workspaces in Studio X and Orchestrator. In this video, we'll demonstrate how to publish a workflow to your own personal workspace in Orchestrator and then run it using UiPath Assistant. We'll also illustrate the use of the personal workspace view in Orchestrator to explore processes, jobs, and the other personal entities stored there. Let's start with a simple workflow that we've already built in Studio X to automate buying or selling stock options. The first activity opens the browser of our choice and navigates to a specific URL. The second activity in the workflow gets the company name, and the third gets the stock price and saves it in the notebook. Both activities are of getText type. Then, we're using an input dialog for the user to select whether they want to buy or sell stock options. The dialog box also displays the price for one stock option. Next in the workflow is the if activity, with the condition being based on the previous input selection made by the user. In each of the two cases, the user has to enter the number of stocks that they want to sell or buy. At the end, there's a message that congratulates the user for buying or selling stock options for the particular amount. Alright, now let's publish this workflow. We'll click Publish and then make sure the Orchestrator Personal Workspace feed is selected. And click Publish. OK, the workflow has been published successfully. Remember that this will only work if you're signed into an Orchestrator tenant on which personal workspaces are enabled. Now that we've published the workflow to our personal workspace, let's minimize the Studio X window and bring up UiPath Assistant. We see that the process published to the personal workspaces feed appears in the Assistant. Let's click Run. The process navigates to the page listed in the workflow and opens the input dialog box. Here's the current stock value and the two possible actions. In this example, we'll buy some stock options. In the input field for the number of stock options to be bought, we type in 50 and confirm. The congratulatory message box confirms the sale along with the total sale amount. We then click OK to exit the process. Good. Now let's navigate to our personal workspace in Orchestrator. We minimize the assistant and log in to Automation Cloud. From here, we'll simply click on the Orchestrator tenant. The user interface matches the role and permissions assigned by the admins. This is the simplified view of your personal workspace and of your personal entities stored here. This is basically your own folder where you can keep your processes and the assets used in your automations, as well as data about jobs and logs. Let's start with our processes by clicking the Automations tab. Here's the process that we published earlier. Next, let's click Jobs. This page displays all of the jobs that were executed from the assistant, the ones still running and the ones pending. For example, the first job displayed is the last one run for the buy-sell process. Let's view the logs generated for this job. To do this, we click the More Actions button and select View Logs. We can see here exactly when the job started and ended, as well as the website accessed. This may be useful for audit purposes. Now let's click My Packages. As expected, we already have the package that we published previously from Studio X. But this page here enables us to do more. More specifically, we're able to directly upload packages. Let's do that. We click the Upload button and then browse for packages stored on our computer to add them. Let's select one and hit Upload. It's that easy to expand your list of automations. The package is now uploaded successfully. And there's even more. This page offers us the possibility to explore the contents of the projects by clicking the Explore Package button. This is an easy way to refresh your memory on the packages stored here without opening them in Studio. Now, if we go back to UiPath Assistant, we can see not only the automation that we've published from Studio X, but also the one that we've uploaded directly in our personal workspace in Orchestrator. Good. One of the greatest things that personal workspaces offer is the use of assets. Think of assets as being specific pieces of information that may change, such as addresses or values, or that you need to be careful with, like credentials. Storing them here is safer and allows them to be used directly in automations. Let's first look at how to create an asset. We'll navigate back to the personal workspace and click Assets. Then simply click Add. The asset that we want to add is the URL used to retrieve the stock price. The reason is that we may want to change it in the future, and it's easier to change it here than in the Studio X project. Then we enter the name of the new asset. Next, the value of the asset, in this case, the website address from the buy-sell stocks workflow. Finally, we'll hit Create. And our asset is now listed in the Assets page. This brings us to the end of this video. To sum up, in this video, we've published a workflow to our personal workspace in Orchestrator and executed it from UiPath Assistant. We've also explored the personal workspace view in Orchestrator and uploaded new packages. And then we've created a new asset. One important point here. All of the features demonstrated in this video apply not only for Studio X, but also for Studio and Studio Pro profiles, as long as you're signed in to Orchestrator. In the next video, we'll find out more about working with assets stored in personal workspaces. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.